we'll probably have a brick and mortar museum, I would imagine, by that time.
Yeah,
for
probably.
Team, so.
Probably.
Yeah.
And we'll put busts up of the team names somehow. Like someone will construct a
there you go,
a bronze bust.
That's a good idea. That's part of the reason, though, Jay, why I was thinking I wanted to get away from calling it Jazz Age, because a lot of the ones I found today are from the 1800s.
Okay.
And pre-jazz. So let's
old timey
good ones. I don't even know where I got all baseball teams now, man, and there's some fucking gems in there.
Anything before like 1900 is probably going to be a baseball club. So
yeah, well, precisely. All right, let her rip.
Let her rip. All right, I'm ready. Hey everyone, and hold on, what? Huh? Hey everyone, and welcome to Uni-Versed, a semi-weekly podcast for sports fans who appreciate team aesthetics as much as they do a winning record. I'm Jay, and I'm joined by a man that hates the color yellow, but only if you color it gold, Andy Downs.
Hey Jay.
That's all you got, Andy? It's just a hey Jay?
Yep.
All right, well, that's all Andy has today. And we're also joined, as always, by a man that would rather have a team go defunct than allow them to change colors, Gary Brandville.
Hey, these teams are... I don't know, I was going to try to say something funny about something never changes its colors, but...
Do we want to just restart that?
No.
No, we're gonna let it ride. All right, cool. We're gonna do it live. We're gonna let it ride.
We don't edit anything on this show.
Yeah, fuck it. We're not gonna edit anything today. On today's episode, we're gonna go and we're gonna look at some retro-inspired MLS kits and discuss our favorite colors and our least favorite colors for sports uniforms and logos. And we will induct our very first member of the Uni-Versed Hall of Fame. But before we do that, guys, we need to do a little bit of housekeeping because we got so excited to end our last episode that we forgot to talk about what we're going to do with those 2008 Seattle Supersonics uniforms. Are we going to send them to hell in a handbasket, or are we going to have them ascend to heaven in a handbag? Listeners, if you don't know what we're talking about, you have to go back to episode 2, listen to the end of the episode. I don't know off the top of my head what the minute and second you're going to look for.
The whole thing.
Listen to the whole damn thing.
The whole thing.
Yeah, and listen to the first episode while you're at it too.
While you're at it, listen to the first one because it gives context to the episode 2. So
and you can't hear me at all in the first one. So
yeah. I mean, it's a beautiful, perfect episode. Gary is silent. He says nothing. He doesn't interrupt anyone. It's great. It's perfect.
No.
It's a perfect episode. But boys, what are we going to do with these uniforms? The Seattle Supersonics from 2008.
Send those fuckers to hell, I say.
Wow. What?
In a handbasket.
What?
Actually, I
send them to hell in a handbasket?
I'm looking at them again. I guess they're not that bad. You know what? I went back and looked at the original design that they're kind of modeled after from the 70s, 80s, whatever the hell it was.
See, don't do it though.
No, I know I shouldn't have.
This is out of context.
The old ones look way better. The font on the original, the font on the original is so much better. So
just the basic Helvetica.
Oh, yeah. And it's all lowercase too. It's lowercase and it looks great. Yeah, I hate the Green Bay Packer looking S on the side of the shorts.
Yeah,
I can't let these things go to heaven in a handbag. You guys, they're not good enough for that.
All right,
we gotta draw the line somewhere. We gotta be tough here. Come on.
We're gonna send them to hell.
Well, do we have a purgatory and a purse? I don't think so. We got to go one or the other here, gentlemen.
Well, it sounds like we're headed that way because I was all ready to send him to heaven in a handbag.
I was too, Gary. I like these.
Jeez,
these are pretty. These are like don't think compare them to the old ones.
Yeah,
not even. These are way better. And then they switch to if you're gonna put them in context, they switch to those horrific Thunder uniforms. They're still trotting out there. awful. These are pretty good.
These are pretty good.
Standards.
I agree, Gary. The thing I like best about them is
Jason.
The way the arc connects down to the shorts and creates another arc in the shorts. I love it. I don't know why. I just fucking love it.
I like that the least. But hey, I'm overruled 2-1 here.
2-1. They're going to heaven.
Fucking send them up
in a handbag. Hit the music.
God,
there.
Nice.
Listen to them sing.
All right.
Well,
so
never have to see them again. So goodbye.
Well, yeah, we don't have to look at them anymore.
They'll come visit us in dreams and
they'll come visit us in dreams. Yeah.
On Easter.
on Easter, they'll rise on the third day and they will come and haunt us.
Jesus will probably come back wearing a fucking 08 Seattle Supersonics jersey.
He will.
That's how he's coming back. He's going to come back wearing all of the jerseys that we send to heaven in a handbag.
Yep.
Yeah. There's going to be people,
It's going to be dunking on Satan.
Yeah. He will be. Him and Sean Kemp.
Yeah.
Jesus will be throwing alley-oops to Sean Kemp.
They have equal number of children.
Boom shakalaka.
Is Sean Kemp still alive? Didn't he die not too long ago?
I thought he died not too long ago.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's look it up. I'd look it up, but that would require
your computer's gonna break. Don't do that. No, remember we don't do facts, guys. You just say it with authority.
I don't know. He's maybe still alive.
He's still kicking. He's 54 years old. He's not even that old.
Wow, good for Sean Kemp.
Sean Kemp. Look at him.
Kemp. Do you guys remember those shirts? It wasn't like Big Dog, but it was like dogs playing basketball and stuff in the early 90s. I had one, and there was a dog with a Sean Kemp-esque jersey dunking. I thought it was very cool.
I remember back in high school, there was this guy that was kind of a jock, and he bumped into me or a friend, I can't remember which, and said something like, "If you can't play with the big dogs, get off the porch." And I was just like, what a fucking...
This is the J Danger origin story.
Yeah.
I was just going to say that this is likely a regular occurrence for Jake, because if you could see him now, he's wearing a Star Trek captain shirt right now.
Captain Kirk X t-shirt.
Captain Kirk, yeah, I've got a Captain Kirk shirt on. Andy and I were, Gary, before you got here, Andy and I were talking about how much we love the new Star Trek shows that are on Paramount Plus. So
that's what I've heard from Andy, that they're
countless.
Good. But
they're fantastic.
People, I'm sure they are. They're great.
No, I'll pass.
All right, let's move on. Let's talk about our MLS jerseys. So this week, 5 MLS teams revealed some retro alternative kits, and we're going to take a peek at each of them. The 5 clubs are Inter Miami, LAFC, the LA Galaxy, Portland Timbers, and Sporting Kansas City. They call them thirds because they are not their primary, not their roads. They are thirds. That's what they call them in soccer. I'm learning all sorts of stuff in this podcast, like just terminology wise. It's
I think that's what the NHL calls them too. The third jersey. Yeah, I don't know, but I just know that's the third jersey in the 90s when it was introduced.
It's kind of like Hobbits having 11sies, right?
Yeah, or second breakfast.
There you go.
Yeah, and cows have how many stomachs?
32.
I'm not a cow guy.
I don't 32. Know. I'm not a huge nerd like you two.
So cows was how you were going to relate to us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let us pull out our cow facts.
Cow facts and Hammond facts.
Cow facts. Yeah. Cow facts. Hit the music. Cow facts.
Cow facts.
Cow facts. Well,
cow facts.
Where they don't have cows is Miami, and that's where the first jersey we're going to talk about comes from. We're going to start off with Miami. As I said, these unis are perhaps the most Miami uniforms ever produced. They are turquoise and coral, similar to the colors that the Miami Dolphins of the NFL wear. The numbers on the back are a block font with a coral outline and drop shadow. And the front Miami word script is in white, reminiscent of the font used for Miami Vice. And even the advertisement on the back of the jersey screams Miami, Royal Caribbean, which often ports out of Florida. Miami entered the league in 2018, and it doesn't appear that they've ever worn a jersey like this before. Their current set is pink and black, or their sets, I guess they have a black one and a pink one. So this is a huge departure from what they normally wear. Guys, what do you think of these?
I gotta say right off the bat, the thing that's really stands out aside from the awesome coloring is, on these MLS jerseys, usually you have the sponsor, the corporate sponsor right across the chest. On these, you've got, it just says Miami across the chest, and that Royal Caribbean is on the back, which is different from what you normally see on these MLS jerseys. I gotta say, man, these are hot. They are really cool.
Ooh, they are hot.
I'm a big fan. They're almost Dolphins colors, man. They're almost...
I think you guys think they're pretty. I guess they are little dolphin colors.
They're like a muted Dolphins colors. They're like, if you tone down
80s Dolphins color almost.
Yeah, like the 70s. Yeah. And the Miami font where it says Miami across the chest, which is
fucking
like
awesome.
The Miami font, like Miami Vice-esque font. Looks great. Love it. And all the numbers on these have that drop shadow. And
block lettering.
Is it block shadow or drop shadow? I can never tell.
It's both.
But it's that's never a bad thing in my book. Love a drop shadow. It's a handsome, and it's got, on the front it has the stripes, like the
two-tone kind of
very sublimated stripes. Yeah.
Very subtle striping on the front color. So as the turquoise has a little bit lighter and a little bit darker stripes through it. It looks really sharp. I agree. Like, Andy, with the Royal Caribbean International logo on the bottom of the back, if you're gonna put a advertisement, and if you listen to episode 2, you'll know that I do not like advertisements anywhere on jerseys. If you have to put them somewhere,
Jay hates capitalism.
I hate capitalism. I am a socialist. But if you put
unlike me and Andy,
Andy and Gary, they fucking love capitalism so much.
Irma's Finland House, irmasfinlandhouse.com. That's what the advertisement should.
That's what all the advertisements should be, is Irma's. But if you're going to put an ad,
team, Gary.
Yeah, I should just pony up.
If you're going to put an ad, that's the place for it. Honestly,
I agree.
It's unobtrusive. Like, why would you put it where you should have the name of your team on it? Right?
Well, because they pay a lot of money to have their name across, the chest of said team.
Yeah. Well, Apple also is a sponsor of these jerseys, and they have a little Apple symbol on the sleeve. So I think
that's Apple TV, baby.
Apple TV, because they have
their partners
streaming rights.
Yeah.
Big money.
And I'll tell you what, that MLS, what the fuck do we call it now? The
logo,
season pass.
Oh, sure.
Is it's not bad. Apple TV. It's only like $35 for the season, and I'm pulling that out of my ass. I can't remember if it's 35 or 75, but I think it's 35.
We don't.
$35. Yep. No, we don't. $35, and you get to watch all the matches.
Andy, we're not getting sponsored by Apple TV right now, so I don't know why we're talking about this.
But we could be.
Could be. Drop their name enough, and there's either going to be a check or a cease and desist letter.
That's over a check.
I'm getting some preemptive sponsors, guys.
Getting sponsored before we're sponsored. What are we giving these letter grade wise? I'm giving them an A.
A.
That was easy.
Is this the first time we've all agreed?
No, we also all agreed we all agreed A's on the new Minnesota Golden Gophers football uniforms.
From episode 1.
Yes.
Check it out. All right. That's a good one.
Yeah, Miami, Inter Miami, their unis, their throwbacks, great. A's all around. The second one we have is LA Galaxy. They have a throwback that is a nod to the unis they wore back in the MLS inaugural season of 1996. The front is half teal and half black, with a hypercycloid pattern down the center in 2 colors.
Wow.
The collar and sleeves are trimmed in red. The front font in yellow screams 1996 retrofuturism, and the numbers on the back are the same block font as the Miami one, all of these uniforms have the same block font in the back for the numbers. Trimmed, it's yellow trimmed in red with a drop shadow. Current unis are essentially the same colors they had back in 1996, which Gary, I'm sure, appreciates that they haven't changed colors. But the design is way different. Currently, they're leaning into a more of the yellow than the red or black than they did back in 1996. Guys, what do you think of these retros?
If you were just to look at these without any context, they look awful. Yeah. Absolutely awful. But as someone that grew up in the 90s, I kind of like them, especially with the Galaxy being one of the cornerstone teams in MLS when they first formed. It's not a bad move. I don't think they're as good as the Miami ones, but I kind of like the two-tone on the front, the half jersey being split down the middle. There's too many colors going on with the red, gold, teal, black. It's all too much, but it's for what it is, it's not terrible. I don't want to see it every match, but it's pretty good. It's fun.
I will say, in comparison to the 1996 uniform that it is modeled after or inspired by, it looks way better.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, for sure.
I think, you know what, Gary, there's one thing I do have to disagree with you on here is I actually kind of like the livery of this uniform here. I like the color scheme. It's very nice.
One too many?
It's pushing it. It's pushing it. But you know what I do appreciate is that gold, baby. I like the gold on there.
That's a gold. That is not gold. Yellow.
That is gold. I don't like the split down the middle of the uniform, having a black on one half and this teal on the other half. I think that's stupid.
It's a better approach than the 96 jersey, though.
Oh God,
just
yeah,
like
those
a
yellow
zigzag line down the middle.
And those yellow fucking hook things they got on by the shoulders. That's stupid. That's bad. Jay, what do you think?
I think that these things look like, if you ever have seen competitive like video gaming, like where you have like dudes like playing like Call of Duty against each other or whatever games they're playing. Like this is often like the type of jersey that they are wearing, like while they're like, sitting in their chairs playing. Like it looks like a jersey that one of those guys would be wearing.
It may as well be like the team name too, the LA Galaxy.
The LA Galaxy. I mean, it screams competitive video gaming to me. I agree. I think it's an upgrade from what they wore in 1996. Especially the way that they approach the split with the hypercycloid stars like down the center rather than just a zigzag line. I do really like the font that they chose because that font reminds me of Back to the Future for some reason, and I like Back to the Future, so I give them a C. A passing grade. It could have been worse. It's better than their old 1996 jersey. So,
but. Here's a question I'd like to pose to you guys, though. Is it better than their current regular kit, their regular jersey they would wear on field?
No, I don't think so at all.
I kind of like that. Besides the Herbalife Nutrition being just front and fucking center on the regular kits.
If they were to take where it says Los Angeles Galaxy on these throwbacks, put it in the center of the chest of that teal jersey and put the Herbalife in the back under the numbers on their regular sets. That's what all of these jerseys should look like.
Yeah. They need to get the sponsor on the back of the jerseys.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, the current it's not better than the current ones.
No.
At all.
I will say the Miami alternates though are definitely better than the current. 100. They're 100%, right?
I don't. It all goes together for me. I like the pink and black in Miami.
They're fine, but what I don't like about those, and sorry that we're going back to the Miami ones here, and I know this is a soccer thing, historically, is the fucking collar on the shirts, like the polo shirt collar. I don't like that. I never have. I think it looks stupid.
Too formal. Too formal for you?
Too formal.
I didn't even notice that is only part of like their current ones, but not part of the retros.
Yeah, right. Exactly. but they don't have. I mean, back to the LA Galaxy, their current ones and their retro design ones. Neither of them have the collared, but either way, I'm gonna give it a C. I'm gonna give the Galaxy's throwback a C.
2 C's for you guys.
C.
C,
Gary.
C. I'm gonna go with C as well.
Right.
I was gonna give it a C minus, but look, it's not that bad.
No,
but it's not great.
No.
Yep.
So we'll go C. It's average.
It's average. All right, just an average jersey.
We got next.
Next, we have LAFC, Los Angeles Football Club. They have retro unis that are similar to the Miami ones in that they aren't really a throwback of any kind, but more of a what-if type situation. The club was founded in 2018, so they don't have a lot of previous history to draw from. These unis are brown, and an orange, and gold, Vegas gold, like Andy likes. The word script across the front says Los Angeles in a retro font reminiscent of the Toronto Blue Jays, which I like. The sleeves are trimmed in brown, and the numbers are that same block font in brown, trimmed and drop shadowed in gold.
Yeah, we call these faux-backs.
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 Faux-backs with an F.
With an F. Like,
Yeah, we get it.
You get it, what faux means. These, I don't know. These are...
They look like NASCAR uniforms.
Real weird. Like they do look like you do. I think it's a stretch.
They look more like a 70s era baseball.
Yeah,
to me,
it's like got a little Astros or Padres.
Yeah. That font, I will say, you said it reminds you. I mean, that's a font we've all seen a million times on there.
Yeah.
But I don't. I'm apparently going to need to go do some font study so I could know what to call these fucking fonts.
That's like the Sega font.
Yeah, Sega.
Yeah, there you go. I like that. And I don't see any Vegas gold in the throwback. That's like a bronze, right?
Underneath the third color down.
The very bottom one is Vegas gold.
It matches like from their current set.
Yeah, it's the same color as their current set gold.
Okay.
It doesn't appear so when it's next to brown and beige and every other earth tone.
Very earth tony.
But I like the creamy. I like that it's this creamy color.
Not straight up. It's not bright white.
No, it's not bright white. It's not hot white.
It's not hot. No, definitely not hot white. I'd give it a B minus.
Oh,
I like it better than the Galaxy one. I'll say that much.
I feel like we're not really describing this one.
We're not.
But there's not a lot to describe, listeners.
Horizontal brown band.
Cream with a brown band that says Los Angeles in the Sega Genesis or Sega font rather.
Yeah,
and that's about it. And it's nice. I'll give it a B minus too.
Yeah, I actually do like the colors, the brown and like that orangey bronze color, and then the Vegas gold.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of weird that an LA team is going with browns and beiges though.
I think that should be like San Diego, just because I associated that with the Padres. But I agree. I mean, I think it's in the B range. I will give it a straight B, no plus or minus. I like it certainly better than the Galaxy jersey, and I like that it is. I like that it doesn't have a split down the middle. I gotta say, I like their current set better than I like the retro one. Like the black. So their current set is a black jersey that is kind of pinstriped, but there's like thick stripes and thin stripes mixed in together. And then there is, of course, it's in gold. It's Vegas gold and black.
Yeah.
It's a really sharp look. I, again, wish, it probably goes without saying, I wish they didn't say BMO on the front and it said Los Angeles or said, whatever, LAFC on the front or something different. But I think overall, their current set looks better than the retro one that they're going with here for their third kit.
Andy, so that LA FC is a newer club, but have they kind of taken over the LA Galaxy as the more popular club? It seems that way from not someone who's big into MLS. It seems like they're more popular than the Galaxy.
I think they're a better club too. I mean, they've had a better record last year. They're a better team. They're quite a powerhouse, I think, actually.
Are they backed? Are they backed by a bigger billionaire or something, or why are they backed?
Fuck, I don't know. They have a better team, Jay. I don't know. I don't know that I'm not just because I'm the soccer guy doesn't mean I know everything about soccer.
You gotta know these things.
You gotta learn these things. I know all these. I know all this shit about baseball.
I'm the fucking soccer guy by default.
You're the soccer guy. I'm the Hammond, Indiana guy.
and I'm the Star Trek guy.
Yeah. Right. Oh God, I don't know.
Did you grade them?
Yeah, I give him a B-. All
right. So we're all in the B range here for these. We're all in agreement on these, which is good. We have 2 more left to look at, so maybe we won't be. But all right, so the Portland Timbers went into their Wayback Machine and plucked inspiration from 1978. Rather than paying homage to a previous jersey, they're paying homage to a former player, Clive Charles. As far as I can tell, the Timbers never wore a jersey that looked like these retro unis back in the 70s, but they pulled the colors from West Ham, a team that Clive Charles played for in the Premier League before coming to the United States to play for the Portland Timbers, before they went defunct in the old version of the MLS and then came back into the current version of the MLS. It's very complicated, but this is what we have. They are maroon with a gold Timbers baseball-style cursive script across the front. The sleeves and collar are trimmed in white, gold, and green, which are their current colors. And the numbers on the back are that same block font in white, trimmed and drop-shadowed in gold. Guys, what do we think of these?
I kind of appreciate the Minnesota high school baseball font across the front of any high school team in Minnesota that had some jerseys. That's what it looks like to me.
I mean, I think that goes beyond Minnesota. I think that's just what high school baseball uniforms look like.
Okay, we'll go with it. I can't confirm that. But I don't know. Listen, give me maroon and gold and blue and Daddy's usually happy. I don't like these for the Timbers. They're underwhelming. I think it's a stretch. Not a big fan.
I don't have enough knowledge or historical context to understand the link between this player, Clive Charles, or his importance in soccer. I was like watching some videos. And he was it was a big deal that he came to the United States to play.
Not a big enough deal for us, I guess.
It's like Messi coming to play for Miami.
Yeah, so he came back in the 70s, and it was a big deal, and that's kind of why. This guy came. Yeah, he came.
He came. God did he come?
I'm surprised these jerseys aren't hot white.
But I agree that they're taking the colors from a different club and they're using them as the colors for this retro.
And I mean they throw in like the green and gold like on the collars and sleeves, but I don't know. This jersey probably looks great in Portland. I don't know. Andy, what do you think? You're the well-known soccer guy here.
Yeah.
The beautiful game.
That's right. I got to tell you guys, I think these are great. I'm a big fan. I like the simplicity of it. I like. Did you notice there's no giant ad even on the ass there?
I didn't.
I did, and they're getting points for that in my rating later. So.
Yeah,
that's good.
They got on the chest. They got the little the team club logo there. It says Portland Timbers with the X in the middle of the circle. I love the font on there. I mean, it looks like a college baseball uniform to me, like a Florida State.
It does, or it looks like Dave Winfield Gophers era baseball uniform.
Yep. I really like them, and I do have to give credit because there's not a lot of Major League Soccer uniforms, that. They're standard uniforms that I like in the league. I'm a big fan of the loons of the Minnesota jerseys, as I've said, but these ones,
Big
like,
homer.
Their current regular uniforms, this green plaid they have going on with the Alaska Airlines, I like those actually. I think those are really cool. Anyway, not to keep touching on their current sets, but the throwbacks I think are great. I'm gonna give them an A.
An A.
Fuck yeah!
Wow. Okay.
So Andy, I too like the script across the front timbers. I love that it doesn't have an ad on it, front or back. It doesn't look. Oh, I guess their current regular set has Alaska Airlines plastered in the front. So
yeah, but it's not bad on. I mean, some of these corporate logos are just fucking atrocious, and they're just intrusive on a uniform. But some of them kind of blend in and make it look okay. Like that Alaska Airlines one, I think doesn't look bad on there. Kind of like how on ours the Target logo I think looks fine.
Yeah,
but go ahead. Yeah,
not to Jay.
Not to me, not to this unifascist who hates all forms of corporate sponsorships.
Right.
But I like the colors, even though I don't have enough like I said, I don't have enough historical context to understand where the maroon and gold is coming from for this. But I like those colors together. Trust my eyes. I'm giving them an A-. Yeah. I like them too.
Listen to this.
Attaboy. Good job.
I came into this really ragging on them. Mm-hmm. And then having you guys talk me through it, I kind of like them. They're growing
Come to the light.
Honestly, I didn't even look at these one. Today when I was doing all my intense prep for the show, I kind of scrolled past them. I was like, you can look at them and you know what you're looking at, but they're really growing on me. And then linking it to a 70s baseball uniform, college uniform, I kind of like it. I'm still going to go like B- though.
Oh, so they didn't make you come, apparently.
They didn't. No, unlike what's this guy's name?
Unlike Clive Charles. Clive Charles came all over Portland.
Yeah, Squirt and Clive. They call him.
I think that was his name, Squirt and Clive.
He painted the town white. They said.
Squirt and Clive. All right. So we got an A, an A- and a B-. All right.
Yeah.
That was the biggest spread I think we've had so far.
Listen to Be Skeptical over here.
Be Skeptical.
Hey, I'm Be Skeptical, world's famous rapper.
World famous rapper.
Listeners, if you listen to this show long enough, you're gonna hear so many great characters from historical characters like Be Skeptical. World's famous rapper.
Yeah. So many funny famous characters from so many famous inside jokes.
Yeah, famous inside jokes. If you guys love inside jokes, you're gonna love this podcast.
You're gonna love this podcast. All the inside jokes that you don't understand.
You
heard them here first.
You're gonna love Nick when you meet Nick.
Oh, you'll love Nick.
Oh, Nick.
Our 5 friend listeners are gonna love the show.
Listen. Max is going to love it. Malaro's going to love it.
You know who's going to love this? Jacob Crater is going to love this.
I was just going to say that.
He's going to fucking love this shit.
Like this?
He's my favorite listener now. What did he comment on?
Jacob loves this.
What did he comment on it?
He commented on YouTube. Jacob Crater.
What was his comment?
He wanted more shows. Episode 1, he's like, sequel? And I was like, yeah, dude, we already got a sequel up. Listen to that shit.
Did you mention him? Did you name him in it?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I just replied to his
comment. No, he just replied to it. But Jay, maybe he was saying, like, is there going to be a sequel to this?
He listened to the whole fucking episode. He's like, this isn't for me. Is there going to be a sequel? Like, you guys...
like, God, is there a sequel? I fucking hope not. I hope Jacob...
we wish you the best, Jacob. You're our first listener. That's not our friend.
Yep. Keep us going, Jay. What do we got next?
We have the final of our MLS jerseys, Sporting Kansas City. This club was originally called the Kansas City Wizards and were a founding member of MLS. They've gone through a rebrand since then, back in 2011, and are now known as Sporting Kansas City. They're drawing inspiration from these throwbacks from their 1996 rainbow kits. They feature a zigzag/lightning rainbow of colors across the front, reminiscent of the opening of Saved by the Bell. Above the rainbow is a blue and black gradient, and blue, and below is white. There's a lot fucking going on in these uniforms, guys. What do we think?
Oh, God, they're fucking terrible.
Listen. There's something about these idiotic, wacky soccer jerseys that I love so much. And I shouldn't, as a big Loon supporter that I am. Is Sporting KC our biggest rival, Downs? That's what I read. No?
Are they? I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
When I was on that,
everybody nowadays.
There's something about this. It looks like something someone's divorced dad would wear in the late 80s to like a bar, like a middle-aged man, like a polo.
Yeah.
Like a polo.
Yeah.
If you got rid of the Kansas City, you get rid of the Wizards.
Yeah.
No, tight, and you can see their nipples through it.
Oh.
Yes. With jeans. This is something with jeans and cowboy boots. No, jeans and cowboy boots.
No.
As a polo. I think I'm just envisioning my dad would wear this in the late 80s.
Garrett would wear this. Yeah. To a wedding.
In the late 80s, for sure. Early 90s.
Gary, so what I'm seeing with that too, I'm catching glimpses back in my brain here of a early 90s thing where if this was made of sweatshirt material,
yes,
and it was long sleeved too, holy shit, this is just spot out of like 1990.
Yeah, this is something like I had said, it's reminiscent of Saved by the Bell intro. Like this is like something Zach Morris would be wearing, right?
Yeah, it's
It's with some stone washed jeans or acid washed jeans. I mean, yeah.
It's something.
It's fucking awful. I hate it so much. I do. I really hate it. Like what the fuck? Honestly, were they thinking with this? They got this lightning bolt thing across the chest, this rainbow lightning bolt, but then they have like, it's almost like it was like vertically slashed by like some sort of tiger claws.
Yeah.
And it got all fucked up on the bed there. So
that part I don't get.
Clashes like fucking crazy.
Yeah, why not just keep it a lightning bolt in all those colors? It'd probably be better.
It's a mess. It's a mess.
It's a mess, and it's like, and it's not just like clear line colors. Like it's like a gradient in there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like they're really, they're going like pre-96 with this. So
well, to be fair,
it is a bit too much.
Their 1996 inspiration looks like a video game version of a uniform. Like
it does. It looks, yeah.
And it's 100 times fucking better than this throwback.
I don't know.
You're wrong about that. I think that's way worse.
Yeah, it's way worse.
It
looks like a child's drawing of a uniform.
The 96 one is terrible. This one is way more fun. You know what? Out of spite, I might just give it an A.
Andy, you just like the 1996 one because the font on the front is so small you can barely read it, and you like small letters and small fonts. You don't like shit to be too big.
No, I do not. This, it kind of looks like. It looks like if there was like in the 1996 Olympics, if there was like a dream team of just all of the Olympics players and they all had to wear one jersey, this would be the jersey they would wear. That 96 one with those fucking rainbow colors on it like that, and it's got the collar, it's got 96 written all over it. I hate it personally too, but I hate the new one so much more. This throwback one so much more that in comparison I like the 96.
So I think one of my biggest problems actually is it's not quite a full rainbow. Like we have blue, green, red, and yellow. Those are the colors.
Ooh.
It's not a full rainbow of colors. So
some color talk.
It's like, why did we choose only 4 of those colors and not include the others that are part of the rainbow? And they're also not in the correct order of a rainbow.
Oh God, no.
See, I like when colors get kind of wacky like that, where it's like there's no real rhyme or reason, and they're just throwing them together. It's like, okay, we'd have, and it's just from that stupid Wizards logo, the crest that's on the chest.
Not on a uniform though. You're the unifascist here, and you're telling me you like all kinds of fucking colors like that, just a mess of colors all over.
If it was up to me, they'd still be rocking the mess of colors because that's what they came into this league with.
Yeah, I wonder in 1996 what they considered their colors, because their 1996 uniforms are blue, yellow, red, green, and black.
It's too much. You look at those 1996 jerseys, and someone's like, "How can we get Americans not into soccer? Let's wear these.
Let's wear these shitty uniforms."
Hey, how do these look? They suck. Oh, perfect. Let's go out on the pitch and look like assholes in these things. And now they're going to trot out a team that looks like assholes.
They were really going for the gay vote, I think, with the.
But they failed. They failed because they didn't even include all the colors. Like they were just like half-assing it.
They didn't. They left out the transgendered and the all the other ones too.
Well, they're leaving us out too because we're not too hyped up on this. Is this better than the Galaxy?
Yes. No, absolutely not.
No.
This is an F. This is an F.
Wait, but that's a fuck. If I could give it an F-, I would. It's so bad.
This is one of the worst uniforms I've ever seen in my life.
I couldn't agree more. I could not agree more. This is possibly the worst uniform I've ever seen. You know what's worse than?
Tell me.
One of the worst. The other day I was looking this up. One of the worst uniforms I've ever seen.
You might want to save this for a future segment if we do the worst uniform I've ever seen. You might want to can it. Listeners, keep tuning in because you might find out what the worst uniform Andy's ever seen is.
Why don't you say it and we'll bleep it out so in the future.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there you go.
Don't describe it. Don't describe it.
Tell us.
We'll bleep it out.
And don't edit it out. Actually bleep it out. All right. These fucking early.
Yeah, we'll have to at some point do a segment on those like 1990s NBA jerseys because man, they did some experimenting back then, didn't they?
Holy shit!
Those. Listen, that was the NBA's college years. Yeah. They experimented with each other.
All right. So what do we think? We gave our ratings on all these sporting Kansas Cities. I gave an F. Andy, what did you give?
I gave it an F. Hard F.
Hard F. Gary?
I don't know. C minus.
C minus? Wow.
C minus.
What? Come on.
Come on.
Last episode you were so on point with the All-Star game MLS uniform with me, and
you know why? Lots of colors on the pitch.
Gary's known for liking lots of colors, and
so he just wants rainbow uniforms, huh?
On the pitch, sure I do. Gets me fired up for soccer.
Just the rainbow, yeah, I bet it does. Okay, whatever.
Sorry.
That's all right. You just ruined it. You ruined the podcast.
We're done. It's not the first time. Week 3 to 3 weeks in a row.
Jacob just stopped listening.
Yeah,
Jacob.
He just turned it off. He's like, fuck you, Gary. We're done.
Here, I'm going to look him up on Facebook and send him an apology for this. Don't skip episode 3, Jacob. I say some idiotic shit about these Wizards, Kansas City Wizards jerseys.
Today's episode is brought to you by Irma's Finland House. Irma's is a Nordic lifestyle shop established in 1967, specializing in unique imports that celebrate Nordic design. You know, guys, it's my 10-year anniversary this year, and...
Oh, congratulations, Jason.
Thank you. And my wife and I, when we got married, we registered at Irma's Finland House, and we still have the dishes and the things that we registered for to this day. We use them all the time. Good shit that they have at Irma's, I have to say. Quality dishes and stuff.
You know, Jay, that's funny. When I got married too, you know, we got some really nice stuff from Irma's, from Gary actually, and I don't like to use it honestly because it's too nice. I feel like I don't want to wreck it. I already broke the picture though.
It's meant to be used.
It's meant to be used.
The carafe is broken. I'm sorry, but the glasses, those are great. I love them. I love the feel of them on my mouth.
Use them. Hey, that happens a lot at Irma's Finland House. We just in my nice big house here up on Northside, we just poured a nice big slab of concrete. and we're putting a nice sauna out there. That's my favorite thing from Irma's Finland House. So Daddy's got to build a sauna. We'll have all the sauna scents, which are always good.
Sauna scents. You know I love those.
Daddy likes the eucalyptus. Big eucalyptus man.
You know I do too. It's my favorite. I tell you what, every Christmas, since I don't have a sauna of my own, but I want one. But I buy my. Where is it? Where can I get a sauna?
Irma's Finland House and irmasfinlandhouse.com.
Absolutely. Well, every Christmas, I buy my in-laws something for theirs, and everyone's always just loves the shit. So keep up the good work.
Hey, thanks, babe.
You can visit Irma's Finland House at their brick and mortar store in Virginia, Minnesota, or online at irmasfinlandhouse.com. Should we move on to our next?
A lot of soccer talk. We just lost our two listeners for sure.
Well, hopefully they stuck around for our next segment, which is we're going to talk about our favorite subject, which is colors. We've talked about colors so many times on this podcast already that we figured we will go through our favorite and least favorite color combinations in sport uniforms and logos. Gary, since this was Andy, this was your brainchild, was it not? Who thought of this?
Gary,
since this is your brainchild, why don't you go first? What is your favorite and least favorite color combination for sports uniforms?
All right, I'm going to start off with my least favorite, which was actually a lot tougher than I thought it was going to be, because I feel like all colors have their place somewhere. Like, you can, if you're in Miami, throw out some teal, throw out some pink. There's wild colors are okay, obviously, from what we just talked about. But there's some combinations that it's like a pizza without vegetables. It just don't go. That's a weird throwback. That's another inside joke with me and my brother Brett, who doesn't listen to the show.
And neither of us have heard that inside joke. It's like, that was just for you,
inside.
Gary.
Yeah, that was just for me. But it made a lot of sense. Least favorite. I apologize to any X-Men fans out there, any Magneto fans, but it's purple and red. It sucks. And you're probably thinking, who the hell is purple and red? Toronto Raptors. Yeah. Toronto Raptors. And they've kind of corrected themselves. They technically still use purple, red, and black, but they've toned down the purple and just use it very sparingly. So purple and black it's not great. It doesn't even look good. Like, growing up, we are X-Men fans.
Yeah.
The television show and the comic books. Magneto, purple and red is not great.
No, it's not. It really isn't.
Andy, what's your least favorite color combo?
My least favorite color combo, it's hard to say. I don't know if I have, obviously anything that's claiming to be gold, masquerading around any yellow out there that's masquerading as gold. I don't
Yeah, and just to be clear, once again, for the third episode in a row, it's not the color itself; it's what people call it.
Yeah. Right.
We don't want to offend anybody.
No.
From the yellow or gold communities.
Here's what I don't like. Okay, guys. Here's what I don't like. I don't like blue and orange together, to be honest with you. I know that might sound crazy, but I don't love it.
Crazy. It is crazy.
I don't like
a top tier color combo, but go on.
I do not like the New York Knicks. I never liked their uniforms. I don't like that color combo. It's abrasive to my eyes.
That's crazy.
I don't love it.
They go so good together because they're opposites on the color wheel, Andy. So they
but you know what's better though? Fucking blue and red. Blue and red.
Well, I'll listen to you, Captain America over here. I don't know if it's better. It's not bad. It's good.
What are you? Some sort of socialist like Jay? You come on. You know, like red, white, and blue?
Those colors don't run.
No, they don't, baby.
My problem with Andy with red and blue, and we talked about this before, is they're overused. That's like there are so many teams that use red and blue that like it it dilutes. It dilutes.
But there's a reason why. There's a reason why though, because it's so goddamn good. It works so well together, and it's classic.
To me, it seems forced, but
I honestly think, looking back at some of all these old teams from the early 1900s and everything, I feel like the only dye they could get and colored yarn they could get their hands on was fucking red and blue and white, because every team seems to be a shade of navy blue, maybe a little red in there, and it was ours. But I don't know. I'm not going to say it's my favorite combo. I'm just saying I like it better than blue and orange.
That's fair.
That's a hot take. I think that's a hot take, Jones.
That's a hot take.
You think so?
I do.
Really?
I think.
Wow. I don't think it's a hot take at all.
Blue and orange, it's like Jay said. That's
like a top 5.
That's a top 5. It's probably top 5.
What team do you like that's blue and orange?
It's not a team. It's not a team that I like. Like, I don't like the Mets or the Knicks or any of these teams. I don't like the teams themselves, but I like the color combination together.
It's hands.
I do need to correct. I do need to course correct on this a little bit. I'm gonna say the royal blue and orange combo of the Knicks I do not like. While, God damn it, I guess I'm just eating my own words here, because I do like the same exact color combination when it's on like a retro Denver Broncos uniform.
See, that doesn't work. I was looking at colors today, and one of the atrocities I think are these teams that take out royal blue and they go to navy all the time. The Oilers did it. The Islanders did it. The Broncos did it. It's a mistake. The royal blue and orange is good. It's a handsome get-up. But hey, again, this is kind of hard, and this is hard to say least favorite, because like sometimes it works for some teams.
All right, I'm retracting my blue and orange then, and I'm going to go with a turquoise or teal color, like a turquoise, like the Charlotte Hornets, Carolina Panthers. I'm not a fan of that color. Put it with anything, I don't love it.
Those are two different colors.
They are, but I don't like that side of the wheel.
Is that what you were doing? I'm not going to say.
I don't like that.
The Jaguars like color, like that, and
you just don't like a teal.
Yeah. I mean, I will agree, Andy, because my least favorite color combination is purple and teal.
Ooh, yeah. That's like you nailed it. Charlotte Hornets are right there, huh?
Yeah, Charlotte Hornets, old Arizona Diamondbacks, like that. Those two
that's
together.
Bad.
It's not good. The only one that gets a pass for me is Charlotte Hornets, because, as mentioned, the 90s. I mean, we were all. I don't know, that starter jacket. The aforementioned my brother Brett had that Charlotte Hornets starter jacket. Didn't give a fuck about basketball at all.
Back in the 90s, you would get a starter jacket for a team that you gave zero shits about, because it was the only one your mom could find at like JCPenney or whatever, and you're like, well, this is my new team. I guess I'm a fan of the fucking Jacksonville Jaguars.
Did you have a starter jacket, Jason?
I did. I had a Minnesota Vikings one.
See,
look at you.
You were on board, and now look at you.
Well, I guess
I had a Niners one.
That brings me to my favorite colors. So I will do my favorite, because I am not a Vikings fan. My favorite color combination is black and gold. Color of my favorite.
Shocker.
Favorite
you mean black and yellow?
Shocker.
I love it. It looks good. It looks good on teams I hate. Like, I hate the Iowa Hawkeyes football team. I think they look fucking good. Like,
well, it's different. There's a difference because they're black and yellow. So,
shocker. But I will say, when black and gold, black and yellow, whatever we want to call it.
Well,
that's a top 3 color combination for sports teams' uniforms.
There's a big difference though if we're talking like the Vegas Golden Knights or the.
We're not. We know what we're talking about, Downs.
Because
we're talking
when you
about
black and gold. I'm thinking that, and as opposed to the Steelers.
Well, he just clarified Pittsburgh Steelers, Iowa Hawkeyes.
Yeah,
get that in your brain. You can call it gold in your head.
I like to call it corn yellow, maybe.
Corn. What about fool's gold and real gold?
Ooh, God, there you go. That's it.
The fool's gold is yellow.
Black. That's what we're gonna have to call it. That Jay's shirt right now is fool's gold.
Well,
his Starfleet insignia is real gold though.
It's Vegas gold, yeah.
So that's mine. That's my favorite. Black and gold.
That's a good one.
That's good.
Black and yellow if you're Andy Downs.
There you go.
Yeah.
Or fool's gold.
Jacob agrees with me.
We'll see. I'll get Jacob on the horn. Well, let's go back across the board. Downs, what's your favorite? And for clarification, listeners, this is not necessarily what we think is the best, because that's all relative too. So this is just our favorite combo to see.
Favorite? God, this is, you know what, you guys, you want to know how much thought I put into this segment?
Well, then fuck you. Let's go to me then. I've got this is front of mind all day, every day. My favorite color combination: burgundy, white, and baby blue. Burgundy, white, baby blue. Like, think of
what?
So the Philadelphia Phillies of yesteryear,
like
the all
70s.
Powder blue, yep, and the burgundy logo with white. I like a little more white.
West Ham over.
West Ham is the other team. Yep. So that's I think is the ultimate. I would
soccer talk, you guys.
I would love to see like an NFL team with that combo, with a white helmet, with burgundy, not maroon. Burgundy has more red, maroon has more brown. Yeah. With a burgundy jersey trimmed with like a baby blue and a white stripe. Really love it. I think it's my absolute favorite.
That's a good color. It's also one you don't think of because not a lot of teams use it.
No, I don't think it's the best. Best, but it is my absolute favorite to see.
No, that's pretty good. I was having trouble even picturing it when you said it, and then when you said those old school Phillies uniforms, then that was
yep. Yeah. And they have the Phillies have those throwbacks that they wear semi-regular. I don't know if they still wear them semi-regularly, but they do a good job with those too.
All right, I've got a couple different combos here that I appreciate, and one we already talked about earlier with those Timbers throwbacks. I like that maroon, and it's more of a gold than a piss yellow. You know, it's
more of a mustardy, deeper gold,
more of a mustard, yellow. Yeah, a deep mustard. Yeah, I do like those colors. I mean, you know, we're talking
a Dijon
and stuff too. A Dijon, yeah, it's
a Dijon or a spicy brown.
Yeah, you know.
Which one are you? Which one?
More of the spicy brown, almost.
More of a spicy brown, sure.
Are you more of a spicy brown guy or Dijon guy, or do you like the
spicy brown?
Spicy brown, yeah.
Spicy brown. Yeah. If you can pick one mustard, it's spicy brown.
Stone ground. You got to have it stone ground, so you have the little.
You got to do stone ground. I agree. What about honey mustard? Do you like? Where do you stand on
honey mustard's great.
Have you guys ever had Bochi's mustard? It like comes in a jar. You have to spread it with a knife.
Say that again.
Bochi's.
Boat cheese.
It's boat cheese. Boetjes, I think.
Oh, it's European of some sort, huh?
All right, Jay. I think it's that time. Cue the mustard talk music.
It's Boetje. It comes in a fucking jar. I'll show it to you. It's honestly, if you guys are mustard fans,
you just happen to have some handy right at his desk. He's no longer the honey bear. He's the mustard bear, and he just paws it.
The jelly bear.
The jelly bear. He's the mustard bear.
I actually like that stuff. I do.
And he paws. He just paws it with his bare paw.
Yeah, it's mustard. The fucking Dutch.
Jay gives it the old Dutch treatment and paws it right onto his mouth. Look at he does have a handy.
It's not a shelf. It's next to his computer.
It's so fucking good. We have a pantry down here. So
has it ever won any awards? Has it ever won any awards?
It's won multiple worldwide awards.
Just slap that on the label, listeners. This label, it says multiple worldwide award winner. Can't prove it. Let's slap it on the label. Who's going to prove us wrong?
Hey,
You know what? Same for this podcast.
This is the best fucking mustard of all time, and I'm hoping, like Andy is, like trying to get Apple Music or whatever to sponsor us. I'm trying to get Bochi's mustard, Stone Ground Mustard, to be a sponsor of this podcast.
Oh, we'll take Bochi's. That sounds great. Let's do it. All right, Bochi.
Anyway, back to your mustard talk.
This episode of Uni-Versed is sponsored by Bochi Dutch Mustard. You guys, it's I like a spicy brown. I'm with you though, Jay. There was a few years back, my brother-in-law's brewery in Madison, Carbon 4, great brewery. Go check it out. But they had back then, and I think this is made in Madison, Wisconsin. Actually, it's from like a local deli or something around there. But it's fucking delicious mustard. I don't remember what it's called, but it's spicy, like pretty spicy, right? And you'd spread it on like a Bavarian pretzel, like a thick pretzel, you know?
Sure,
sounds great.
Oh my God, it was good. But yeah, I like the spicier, thicker, coarser ground mustard myself. But I was asking, where do you stand on honey mustard? You like honey mustard or no?
Love a honey mustard. I've been on a honey mustard kick lately. I like it. I slap it on my wieners. I've been on
your wieners. You're just always slapping honey mustard on all your wieners.
Listen, can we grow up a little bit?
This is the guy who's painting the town white, making cum jokes.
Yeah, I like the honey mustard once in a while.
I have something. So I'm just realizing that I have painted a Tyranid from Warhammer 40,000 in teal and purple.
What the fuck are you?
Right here.
Why?
Right here.
We're talking mustard, and you keep talking fucking
oh my gosh!
We're
trying to keep listeners listening to this show, and you're dropping God knows what. Hey Jay, where are you going on vacation, by the way?
Hey Jay, have you seen my Sorry game piece? It's custom
couple
colored.
weeks I'm going to Gen Con, so I'll be missing a week, but
yeah.
And for anyone that's gotten laid that doesn't know what that is, it's a board game conference or something in Indianapolis, Indiana. The fuck?
It is the largest. Oh my God. It is the largest board game convention.
Largest group of virgins you'll ever see.
Bunch of fucking dorks.
Just kidding. God bless you, Jason.
Yeah, that's great.
Because we aren't nerdy about anything.
Yeah.
No.
We're not getting into this. Speaking of getting into this, Andy.
Hey, let's stay out of Jay's personal life.
No, you can get into it all you want. I just want to make sure that we're continuing on. Andy, what were you talking about mustard for again? Like, why did we bring up mustard?
I like those those colors, because I like the colors. Gotcha. The maroon and a nice spicy brown. I was going to say, I like those together, and the other. I didn't mean to. I was saying I had two favorite combos here, but I was going to try and just touch on them really quickly, but that turned into mustard talk. So I'll save the other two for another time, I guess.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll hit on them again.
We're probably never doing this again.
No, probably not. This is our last episode.
I mean, Andy ruined the whole
Sorry,
podcast,
Jacob.
So
I did.
Yeah, for having that shitty opinion about blue and orange.
Yeah.
No.
That wasn't great.
Andy, do you have some old-timey ball club names for us to make fun of?
Oh, boy, do I ever hit my music, Jay. Last week, I believe we talked a little bit about the there's the Federal League of baseball from the 1914-1915 Federal League. We had the Brooklyn Tip Tops and the Newark Peppers, which we really enjoyed, I think. I've got some more baseball clubs for you here, and I think I've got so many, it's hard to... It's really hard here, but I'm going to go with... I'm going to give you... I'm so hard right now over these team names. It's unbelievable. God, it's so hard. I'm gonna give you. How about we go 3, maybe 4,
All right,
I'm feeling generous.
I'm honest.
So another Federal League team, which, like I said, it was a league that lasted 2 whole years, 1913 and 1915. What it ended up being is called the Pittsburgh Rebels. Nothing crazy there, right? But
did they become the Pirates? Because there's a good line from Rebels to Pirates.
No, there was another team that was the Pirates before that. I have it written down somewhere, but so the Pittsburgh Rebels in 1913, they were called the Pittsburgh Filipinos.
What? No.
Yeah, just the Filipinos.
Just the Filipinos.
Do we know anything about the name origin?
No, I did not bother looking into that. I just really enjoyed it and moved on. We can dig deeper next time. But it's not over for this club because
gosh,
the following year they decided Filipinos wasn't really in fashion anymore.
They were getting canceled.
And
they
1913 got canceled. Yeah.
It wasn't racist enough.
No.
So they went with this name. Let's hear it.
No, actually, in 1914, they decided to go a different direction and called themselves the Pittsburgh Stogies. It's the most.
Let's correct it. That's quite the correction. And you know what?
Yeah.
I like it.
I like
the Stogies.
Yeah, see, we can't be called the Filipinos no more, so we're going to call ourselves the Stogies, see?
Stogies. And then they settled on the Rebels for their final season of the Federal League. But
that's the worst name. That's the worst name of the three.
Absolutely, it was the worst.
Stogies with a bullet. Can you imagine the logo and the merch?
Oh, so good.
Oh,
Wouldn't you like a new era cap with just a stogie on it, like a little nub of a stogie, or a
it sounds great.
gruff white guy chewing on a stogie?
And you know what? I almost can guarantee you can find them because when I was looking at Newark Peppers logos and hats the other day, I found some new merch for the Newark Peppers. You can find it online. You can. Oh yeah,
Really?
They've got Dayton triangles too. They've got all that shit. It's
That's
crazy.
awesome.
Yeah. So I'm sure that you can find yourself Pittsburgh Stogies something or another.
I found their uniform.
Yeah.
I found their uniform.
Let me guess.
mean,
it says Pittsburgh across the chest, or Pitt, or.
Well, you're close. Here, let's.
And it's white with maybe pinstripes, because every uniform
nailed it.
looked like that.
Nailed it.
Did I?
Yeah, it's white with blue pinstripes and a P, and then another P and a diamond.
I mean,
on the sleeve.
It really looks like a Detroit Tigers uniform.
It does. Yeah, for sure it does. Yeah. Even the script of that P.
The script of the P, like the like piping down the buttons, all that. It's all fucking Detroit Tigers.
What do you call that font? That's like an old English font or something.
Font, yeah.
Yeah, old English.
Anyway, beautiful team name. Not so beautiful uniforms there. All right, we're gonna move on to a couple here from the 1870 Players League. This is called the Players League. This first one, this is a little something to whet your whistle a little bit for the next one.
To whet our whistle.
How do you spell whet?
You're gonna get a little whet.
Is it WHET?
Yeah, where you're gonna whet yourself on with this.
I've been drinking water. How goddamn day.
All right, we've got the Pittsburgh Burgers.
Well, because they're Pittsburgh, so they're burgers.
Yes.
Oh, I get it.
That's what they're playing on.
But and fun enough, burgers is spelled Burghers.
Yeah,
as
it should be.
So yeah, the Pittsburgh Burgers.
But I want this.
That was just to wet your whistle here. This is the better one. This is the better one from the.
It's going to be hard to top. This is going to be hard to top, Andy.
Yeah, well, you could top a burger with a lot of things, right? A
like mustard,
ketchup, pickles,
some spicy brown, if you please.
Yes.
Some Bochis.
This episode,
this
episode is brought to you by Bochi. The world's most award-winningest mustard.
Multiple worldwide award winner.
Just like this podcast, a multiple worldwide award winner.
All right, this team, guys, this is a good one. It's called the Cleveland Infants.
Oh, that sucks.
A bunch of fucking babies.
That really sucks.
Yeah, it's bad. The Cleveland Infants.
Did they become the Indians?
I'm a fan of it,
so, there's a straight line from Indians or from infants to Indians to Guardians. Like, just took part of their name and just like changed it a little bit.
It's perfect. It's great. Oh, and Jay, if you want to know the Pirates, the current Pirates ball club, Pittsburgh Pirates ball club, can be linked back to the team from the American Association, which was from 1882 to 1891, also known as the Beer and Whiskey League.
Yeah.
Because they allowed sales of alcohol at their games. The original team was called, what? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, that's what I do.
Don't worry.
If you Google Cleveland Infants, it's just a bunch of pictures of babies. So make sure you include baseball. And if you include baseball, it's just a bunch of Guardians gear for infants. So
hard to find information on the Cleveland Infants.
Yeah, the Cleveland Infants. So it was the Pittsburgh Alleghenies were the original club. They're the team that is now the Pittsburgh Pirates. But I just want to give you one more before we. No, I'm sorry. I have to give you two more because these ones are just fun.
Oh boy!
From the same league, we have the Cincinnati Kelly's Killers.
So they're against the Kellys.
Like, did they just kill Irish, or did they just kill Irish people? And like they really hated the Irish, and they just like we can't be the fuck the Irish.
Remember back in the early 1900s when there was just good old fashioned white racism, like white on white racism.
Yeah, white on white,
absolutely.
Whatever happened? Let's bring that back. Jay, go ahead and get us started.
Fucking Catholic slaughterers
but that's got to be like there was a guy like the manager or whoever made the team was like a last name Kelly. Like, is it apostrophe S Killers?
It is
like
apostrophe S.
Okay.
Yep, apostrophe S Killers.
It's Kelly's Killers.
I almost wish there was another apostrophe S at the end of Killers because it's to really keep you on your toes.
Yeah, a real whodunit in Major League Baseball.
Yes. Maybe throw a question mark on the end too. Cincinnati Kelly's Killers. So the last one I'm going to give you here is kind of fun because it kind of goes with the infants in the 1900 in the year 1900 the National League. Chicago had a nice club called the Orphans.
Chicago Orphans.
So if you're wondering where those Cleveland Infants,
yeah. Well, after that fire, they
had a lot of orphans. Yeah,
that's right. That's what we've got today for our old timey ball clubs.
Oh, those are good, Andy.
That was fun.
Those are good. So we have one final thing, and this you heard it here last week, folks. We came up with this segment on the air last time. And for this last segment, we're going to induct our very first member to the Uni-Versed Hall of Fame. So what we're going to do is one of us can nominate a team to become the first inductee. And then it needs to be a unanimous yes, that team should be in the Hall of Fame. It can be any team that we've talked about in these old-timey ball club name segments that Andy's done at the end of each episode. Any nominees?
So let me be clear for my sake and the listener's sake. This is just from the teams that we learned about through Andy's segment. Or
correct.
Any team, anytime. Gotcha. Well, I mean...
Brookline Horsemen?
I was going to say, there's one with a bullet that has me excited, and it's the Brookline Horsemen. But the Stogies is pretty good, too.
Yeah.
The Filipinos, what was it?
Yeah, the Pittsburgh Filipinos, the Pittsburgh
Triangles,
the Dayton Triangles. You can't forget the Dayton Triangles and the Columbus Panhandles, guys. We can
only induct one today.
We can.
Right. So but that
doesn't mean the Panhandles can't make it at a later date.
Correct.
Right. This isn't the Baseball Hall of Fame, which is a sham. Not letting people in. But
like Shoeless Joe Jackson, my God, I can't believe that guy's still not in.
The Dayton Triangles.
Speaking of jazz age old-timey players.
Hey, I went down a rabbit hole today with the history of Major League Baseball looking up these teams. So
proud of you.
Boy, okay. I have. You know what? Let's do it. Jay was right.
Let's induct the Brookline Horsemen.
I think that has to be our first inductee, right? The Brookline Horsemen.
It's a great club.
It is.
Yep.
That is the 1926 Brooklyn Lions, who merged with the AFL's Brooklyn Horsemen to become the Brookline Horsemen.
The Brookline Horsemen.
For one season.
They're the best. They're simply the best. They need to be our first ever inductee into the Uni-Versed Hall of Fame. Good job, Horsemen.
Congratulations to the Brookline Horsemen.
We
Standing ovation.
And you know, I just want to tell you something about this great club. They were they weren't good.
No. They weren't worldwide award-winning club.
Multiple worldwide award winners.
I should take that. I should correct that a little bit though, because when they were the Brooklyn Horsemen and the Brooklyn Lions, they were not good. It took the merging of these two clubs to become the Horsemen, or the Horse Lions, whatever you want to call them.
They're the Brookline Horsemen, Andy, get it right.
The Brookline Horsemen, yes. They, with the new team, with the 8 members of the now defunct AFL team that merged them, they just trounced, absolutely killed the Canton Bulldogs 19-0 in front of a small crowd in this field.
Yeah, because they were a super team then.
Yeah, that's true.
They really were.
Just running the ball. Can you imagine watching football back then?
It's just so shitty.
The forward pass was probably not even invented then.
It was outlawed. You couldn't do it.
Good gosh.
No, it's and you guys want to know their colors?
Yeah, of course.
They were maroon, black, and white.
Okay,
I'm on board.
Not terrible.
I'm on board with that. It's not terrible. You don't need to
I don't know if you need to include
dark,
white, because I think that goes with everything.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I would be willing to bet almost every team from this league, it was a similar color scheme.
It was one color, black and white was all of their colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably a lot of maroon. That's good. Well, okay. Well, they're in the Hall of Fame. They're Hall of Famers.
They're there.
Hall of Famers.
Cannot be removed now.
Can't take it away.
No. And if you disagree,
fuck you.
Leave a comment. Let us know. Stop listening, idiot.
Just kidding, Jacob. We love you.
Yeah, you're our one listener. Please don't stop commenting.
Tell your friends. Tell all your friends too.
This guy, if he's listening to this show, chances are he's not got a deep pool of friends that are gonna listen to anything he says.
Hey,
this is just turning
wait.
into a bully podcast for this guy, this poor guy that listens to our fucking podcast.
Let's lift him up.
Next week, he's going to be a guest later on in the show. I guarantee it. We're getting him on as a guest.
If you're listening right now, reach
email
out to
us.
Email us at universed.pod@gmail.com, and we will bring you on the show.
For sure.
Yep. For sure.
Well, whatever subject you want. We've got hours of content to fill.
You got opinions?
Cut out.
You got opinions, Jacob? Let's
keep them to yourself, because this is our show.
Great.
All right. That was good, guys. Do you feel proud of this episode?
I'm proud. I'm feeling real proud of this episode. I think it's the best.
Not as proud as those Sporting KC uniforms.
No, those are dog shit.
So proud.
They're trying
but
to
they're
be
screaming
proud.
with pride.
They're screaming with pride, but they're the worst fucking uniforms I've ever seen in my life.
That's a stretch.
Yeah.
They're bad.
I'm
not even being hyperbolic. They are the worst things I've ever seen.
The worst.
All right. Well, mission for next week: try to dig up a uniform worse than that.
Yeah. Worse than
that's our mission, gang.
Yeah. So for next episode, Under the Hood, we're each gonna come with a uniform.
That's it. Stop there.
He's gonna come.
It took me a second to get that. We're each gonna come with the worst uniform we can find, and we're gonna try to outdo each other with atrociousness. All right, everyone, that's all the show we have for you today. And remember, if you're ever in Portland, paint that town white, hot white. Today's episode was written and produced by Jay Danger, Andy Downs, and Gary Brandville. Our theme music is Stuck in a Funk by Liam Conger. Check him out on Apple Music, Spotify, and YouTube. Uni-Versed can be found on social media. We are uni.versed.podcast on Instagram and Twitter. Email us at universed.pod@gmail.com.